While farmers lose billions, yeah, that's with a B, prices are getting higher. I know what we're going to do. We're going to buy it from Argentina. Yeah, right? Fuck y'all farmers.
Beef price is down. The only price we have that's high is beef, and we'll get that down. And one of the things we're thinking about doing is beef from Argentina.
So not only did he bail him out with $20 billion and then try to raise it to $40 billion, now he's literally telling you out loud, instead of buying American homemade beef, pause, I'm going to go to Argentina and get that beef.
Are you angry?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm totally mad. There's no reason for it. This is absolute stupidity. This is a man-made crisis caused by Donald Trump, period.
Everybody's wound up today because Trump says we're going to import all this beef from Argentina. We're going to lower our beef prices because the beef's too expensive here. And I thought I'd throw my 2 cents in. First of all, it's not really a new thing to import beef. We've imported beef in this country for a long time. What is new, however, is the government getting involved because of the prices and saying the beef prices are too high. We're going to make a deal. We're going to buy a bunch of beef from Argentina, and we're going to undercut the American farmers and ranchers who are finally making some decent money. And that's just, it's a socialist mindset, if you ask me. That's not what I've grown up thinking as an American market, you know.
Donald Trump is now blaming farmers and ranchers for high food prices, suggesting they don't understand their business as well as he does. Now, as you know, food prices across the board are rising quickly, with beef in particular going sky high.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Guys, in today's episode, we are going to see how MAGA ranchers or MAGA farmers, they're in crying. They're just like in tears. They're breaking down. They're melting down after they voted and stand with the orange guy, and now he's showing them like, I don't care about you officially, guys. Actually, what's happening is Trump is considering or telling people that they should buy meat from Argentina than buying meat from Americans' ranchers. And now, as we see in this video, Americans' ranchers or farmers, they're so pissed and so disappointed. But again, we told you, people warned you, you refused to listen, and this is what you voted for. Sit down and enjoy it. So guys, let's dive in. Credit belongs to the owner of the videos. I'll be back with more commentary.
Man, them farmers. First it was Soybean coming on here bitching and moaning, and now it's all the cattle ranchers. They're talking about Argentine beef, and why would we buy Argentina's beef? We need to sell the beef here. Dear D-E-E-R, Mr. President, why are you doing this to us? We voted for you. You know what? I have good news for the cattle ranchers, though. It may seem like a dark time, but I have good news. The silver lining is maybe at the end of this, you'll be invited to the ballroom. Maybe you'll get to go to that $250 million ballroom. Maybe, just maybe, he'll invite your manure-smelling ass to the ballroom, and then all this will be water under the bridge, and you can go kiss your daddy's ass like you have for the last decade, because Donald Trump is for the farmers. He's for the ranchers, right? Isn't that why he gave Argentina, America first? He gave Argentina $40 billion. Meanwhile, the price of beef skyrockets. Meanwhile, Argentina undercuts the price of soybeans so they can continue to sell to China. Meanwhile, China has cut off all trades for produce and agriculture with the United States. But the farmers would vote for him again in 2028. I thought farmers were supposed to know something. I thought they were supposed to be kind of smart and understand science and math and shit like that. But what I'm seeing is they're just a bunch of gullible asshats. To vote for the same man who tried to bankrupt you in 2019, vote for him in 2020, and turn around and vote for him again in 2024. So I don't know what to tell you, but your sobs ain't worth a pitcher of warm piss. My give a damn is busted.
Now he's literally telling you out loud, instead of buying American homemade beef, pause, I'm going to go to Argentina and get that beef. Pause again. This OD is almost as egregious as the shit he's pulling off, and y'all gonna sit there and move the goalposts and somehow defend it.
This farm crisis that we're in. Guys, look, one of the best splorn crops that I have ever raised in my life.
and because of the tariffs, China will not fucking buy it. And they are the only country in the world they are the only country in the world that buys Splorn.
It's okay to just say that man tricked and fooled y'all. You don't gotta be George Bush with it. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't get fooled again. Y'all niggas got fooled again. Really for a third time, especially farmers. Y'all voted for that man 3 different times. He fucked you over once, didn't win the second time, now he fucked you over again. And I want to have empathy for y'all, but it's at the same time, it's just like, hello, what the fuck you thought was going to happen?
From 12 billion to zero. And then, as a farmer, we get up one morning and you give Argentina, which is our second biggest competition in the world. They're the largest exporters of soybean meal in the world. So I get up one morning, I turn the news on, and you give $20 billion of taxpayer money to my competition. And then the Chinese buy, I think the figure is 30 or 40 containers, ships, which is about 65,000 metric tons per ship, which is like 2.2 million bushels. So they buy 12 or 14 billion dollars worth of soybeans from the Argentinians.
Well, he's not going to come after me. And then he came after you. And now he's fucking your life up. I don't know. Maybe this is America first, and maybe this is what winning really feels like. Not for America, but for him.
Everybody's wound up today because Trump says we're going to import all this beef from Argentina. We're going to lower our beef prices because the beef's too expensive here. And I thought I'd throw my 2 cents in. First of all, it's not really a new thing to import beef. We've imported beef in this country for a long time. What is new, however, is the government getting involved because of the prices and saying the beef prices are too high. We're going to make a deal. We're going to buy a bunch of beef from Argentina, and we're going to undercut the American farmers and ranchers who are finally making some decent money. And that's just, it's a socialist mindset, if you ask me. That's not what I've grown up thinking as an American market, supply and demand. Where did that go?
Yeah, guys, actually, I feel like this should show MAGAs or Trump supporters that Trump doesn't care about anyone. Any of you, actually, those one who voted for him thinking like he's going to save them. This shows like he doesn't care about you. Because he knows very well that you voted for him, that you stand with him, you fought for him, but he's not doing the same. He's not having your back like you did. He's not. He's even saying, oh, we will buy from Argentina. He bought them out, first of all, and leave you suffering. He knows like many farmers, ranchers, they're going bankrupt because of this tariff, because of they don't have workers. He didn't do anything to bail you out. He went and bailed Argentina. And now he's even encouraging to import meat from them. So look at this. You voted for the person who don't care about Americans. Who don't care about Americans. I really hope this should be a wake-up call and open your eyes and see. If you vote because your hatred, you're gonna suffer. Keep suffering. So guys, let's keep watching.
Watch this.
Let's talk about this. Not only did the American farmer at a rate of 2 to 1 vote for a known garbage businessman because they wanted to own the libs.
I don't even know how to start wrapping my head around how to explain to you all how stupid all of this is. But I guess the best way to start is to talk about the big numbers. The big numbers being that Americans, we eat a lot of beef, like so much beef. We eat 13 million tons of beef every year. We import about 2 million tons, about 15% of that. Okay, you got it? All right, those 2 big numbers. We eat 13 million tons. We import 2 million tons. Now, the key thing to think about in this whole thing is not Argentina. It's Brazil. Because of drought and pestilence and various other things, the U.S. was producing a lot less cattle this year than it had last year. So Brazil had really ratcheted up the amount of beef exports it was sending to us to make up for the shortfall. Out of the 2 million tons or so that we're scheduled to import in 2025, Brazil was sending about a third up through July. Then Trump tariffed them. Trump slapped tariffs on them to punish them for putting a guy in jail who tried to rig an election. So we don't know yet just how much less beef we're going to get from Brazil because of those tariffs. But for whatever reason, the president of the United States has decided he is now the president of Argentina and is doing them favor after favor after favor. One of which is to, I believe, quadruple the quota of beef exports they're allowed to send to us. So it's going to go from like 20,000 tons to 80,000 tons. That is a ridiculously tiny number. Okay? Brazil is on track to send us almost
700,000
tons of beef. That number might get cut in half now. You know, we might be losing
350,000
tons of beef. Donald Trump is now going to save us, quote unquote, and destroy the cattle industry by bringing in a lousy 60,000 extra tons from Argentina. Now, that is not enough beef to affect the price of beef in the United States. That is not enough to affect cattle ranchers. It's not enough to do anything except enrich Argentina for presumably Donald Trump's benefit. Everybody is acting like an idiot. And none of this makes any sense, except for the parts where the president is almost certainly lining his pockets with foreign money. Because we've ceded the soybean market to the Brazilians. We've ceded a bunch of beef exports to the Brazilians. We've now ceded a bunch of the soybean and beef exports to the Argentinians, as well as the beef market. And we're giving them an extra, like, $20 billion. So, like, that's crazy. It's also crazy that Donald Trump is willing to sacrifice so much political capital with such a fervent part of his base. U.S. farmers and ranchers broke for him by like 70%. Him being willing to alienate that part of his base for Argentina, like what are they giving him? It makes you wonder. Trump is telling cattle ranchers they need to reduce their prices, like they have control over the prices, like they're commodities, dude. Like they don't get to set their prices. Like farmers are literally called price takers for a reason.
Yeah, me personally, guys, I understand why farmers are so mad and sad and disappointed and feel betrayed. But also what makes me not feel sorry for you guys is because you betray your own people too. You betray Americans. You betray what America believe in by voting for someone who been doing nothing but disrespect Americans in the rules and the regulation. You voted for him no matter what, no matter how many warnings people give you. People warned you, told you like this guy will not care about you, will destroy America. He's not the best in economy. He always destroy his own business, but you went ahead and voted for him because he promised you like he will support you because you think you are white. Now look what's happening. Look what's happening. He doesn't care about you. Wow, guys, let's keep watching.
If you are involved in the beef industry, you probably well know that the market is down the limit today. With a few words from our president, we have watched everyone start to scramble, wondering what's going to happen. You know, American agriculture stood behind you, President Trump, and we put full faith in your ability to put America first, particularly American production, which comes down to the farmers and the ranchers that feed this great nation, that keep her free, that are the backbone. And as all of us wonder if the borders are going to open or what is going to happen, all of us are wondering a little bit about domestic agriculture. This is the first time in a long time that as cattlemen and women that we've actually been on top, where that banknote isn't going to be quite as hard to make. We don't want a bailout. We don't want all of those things. We want a free market. We want a market where we are actually getting paid a fair price, where we have the opportunity to keep up with all of the input costs that are going through the roof. You're going to make food cheaper, but what about our John Deere tractors? What about our pickup trucks, our trailers, our feed cost, our fuel cost? All of those things that we are still paying through the roof for. Just trying to make that banknote with a 8% interest rate has been beyond difficult for so many people in this industry. I am hoping and praying with all my might that as we wonder what's going to happen, and those few words that change everything for so many of us, that we will remember to put American agriculture first. Stand up for her. Keep her free.
Donald Trump is now blaming farmers and ranchers for high food prices, suggesting they don't understand their business as well as he does. Now, as you know, food prices across the board are rising quickly, with beef in particular going sky high. And Donald Trump has done little to address these prices except slap on more tariffs and import beef from Argentina. Well, Trump has received pushback by farmers on this, and Trump has responded by saying cattle ranchers don't understand that the only reason they're doing well is because of the tariffs. It would be nice if they would understand that, but they also have to get prices down because the consumer is a very big factor in my thinking also. That's right, cattle ranchers. You're the reason beef is high. You've raised your prices too high, and what you need to understand is that it's Donald Trump's tariffs are the reason you're doing well, and now you need to lower the prices for the American consumer. The President of the United States is not blaming his tariffs. He is blaming the American food producers for the high prices. This is the current state we're in.
John Bartman is a soybean farmer whose family has been working Illinois land since before the Civil War. This year, his crops, diligently planted, meticulously cared for, are losing their value.
This is a yield monitor. This allows me to see instantly what my yield is doing. So this is 4,134. So that's roughly $40,000 worth of soybeans that we have harvested, and a couple years ago that was easily $60,000. So that's a major change. This is the economics. It's what we do in this country. We export food, and we can't do that right now.
Soybeans are the largest agricultural export from the U.S., valued at more than $24 billion last year, 52% of which was exported to China. But this year, soybean exports to China are down 51% compared with the same time period last year. The drop comes as China stopped buying soybeans from the U.S. and an escalating trade war. President Donald Trump insists farmers will win the trade war. Posting on Truth Social October 1st, "We've made so much money on tariffs that we are going to take a small portion of that money and help our farmers. I will never let our farmers down." John Bartman is skeptical.
Bailout's not going to do it. Bailout, unfortunately, we need the money.
Once you lose a customer like China, can you ever get them back?
I sincerely doubt it. Why would they?
Yeah, guys. What's happening to this farmer is so sad, if I'm being honest, but also they voted for this. We can't forget that. And people are saying, "Oh, stop saying we told you." Yeah, that's true. People told them, because they stopped and voted for him like they didn't know him. Which promise he ever kept, he made for you? None. He promised you to put America first. As you see, he's putting Americans last. He promised you to stop war. He didn't deliver. He promised you to show Epstein list. He didn't do that. But what's so funny, some of you in MAGAs, they are still so MAGA blind and supported him. So what did you expect people to feel sorry for you if you don't even feel sorry for yourself? Because you voted for someone who is talking about tariff, deporting your employees. So what did you expect? Do you expect, like, because you are the United States people, we keep buying from you even if they're not gaining anything, even if there's no profit? Of course no. They'll go somewhere else. That's how life is. But you voted for someone who don't understand business, who put his ego before anyone. You know what's happening with Canada right now? Because you feel like, I feel mad. I'm not happy with what they posted, and now I cancel every deal. What kind of president do that? You don't take things personal. You consider all the people in the country. You consider the consequences that will happen to your people. But as we all know, he only consider his feelings. If his ego hurt, he feel like just taking decision which will affect all Americans. And so insane that there's a people who are behind him, who are supporting him with all this. Unless you're not okay. Because it doesn't make sense to me. Because something is hurting you personally, you're going to punish all the country. You're going to make all the people in your country suffer. What is that? And he said publicly and proudly, because you guys, you support him like crazy. You don't want to see what's happening unless it's come knocking to your door. And I know there are still MAGA who are suffering and they are quiet somewhere. They don't want to be, they don't want to speak out. I feel like I want to see more MAGA speaking out against this, because at the end of the day, you voted for this. You stand for this. You have to go out and fix it. Because trust me, even if you try to ignore it, it will keep destroying you, because he doesn't even care about you at all. When he just do something like that, he don't even think what about the people who stand with him, who supported him through everything. He doesn't care. He's only caring about himself, his ego. If he feel bad, if the country is hurting, he don't care. Like they have deal with the Americans people, he just stop it like that without considering your deals, your business, your partnership with those countries. He just stop like that because he feel hurt. That's the kind of the president you voted for. You have, how do you call that? He's selfish. He only care about himself to satisfy himself with what he want. His secretary say he only now caring. He only focus on building that the ballroom. Imagine why you people suffering. You don't know what you will do on Thanksgiving. Just open your eyes, see what you voted for, and make sure next time you don't do the same things. So, guys, actually, I have few comments from the people. Let's hear what the people are saying about the situation. Say, I'm a farmer and you nailed it. We support him for years, but now it's feel we are just stupid. The second one say, finally someone saying it without yelling. This is exactly what happened in our small town. We feel betrayed. The third one say, this is betrayal hits hard. This betrayal hits hard, buying Argentina's beef over Americans. What the opposite of America first? This the fourth one say, I voted for him twice, but this now farmers deserve better. He forget we stand with him. Of course, he doesn't care about that. The last one say, love the Compton. You are love the Compton. In this is true. The Trump we voted for, he's not the same one he promised us to be. He betrays us. He put America last instead of putting America first. Yeah, guys, he will keep doing worse. He keep doing, like, you will be surprised because the person you voted for, he doesn't care at all. He doesn't care your suffering, doesn't care about your family, he doesn't care to put America first. He only put himself first. That's all I can say, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if it's your first time. I will see you next time. As always, bye.